I would tell myself that I would go read the book, and I didn't. I would tell myself that I would go work out, and I didn't. And it's because you can't set big tasks like read a book, and you can't just do it. You can't just like tell yourself you're gonna do something big and just do it, especially when you were a procrastinator like me, or maybe you still are. You can't just tell yourself that you're gonna do something and you will. But you can't expect that to happen. You've already tried that in the past and it didn't work. You've tried to tell yourself to, go to the gym and it didn't work. Because a big task like reading a book is too vague, it's not specific enough. And it's because your pain tolerance isn't built up enough to the point where you can just say to yourself, I'll read a book, and you can just go do it. Reading a book is a big task. It's what, 200 pages of just pure information. You have to use your brain, you have to actually think about it. It's a big task, honestly. It's not tiring, but it's still time consuming, it's energy consuming. And so, a big task, like reading a book, especially when you're a procrastinator like me, you can't just sit down and do it. You have to break it up into small little tasks because pain tolerance is the amount of pain that you're willing to go through. But a big task takes a lot of pain to start, right? Reading a whole book, especially when you've never read a book before, is a big thing to do. But if you just break it up into a smaller thing, like a smaller goal, a smaller task, instead of saying to yourself, I'm gonna read a book, say to yourself, I'm gonna read like a paragraph or two, I'll read a page. Something as small as that is so much more simpler to start because it's really just the momentum you need. If you've already read like 10 books, like you can just say to yourself, I'm gonna read a book, and you do. When you're just starting out, especially when you're procrastinating, you need that little bit of extra momentum. Imagine like doing a big task is like going uphill in a car. You have to really push your pedal to the metal. But if you do a small goal, like I'm just gonna read a paragraph, it's like instead of starting a car uphill, you're starting it downhill. You don't even need to press the pedal before your car starts going forward. It's just so much easier. It's that little bit of extra help to just get going. And even if you don't even read the rest of the book, you just read one paragraph and you don't feel like it, that's already a step forward. You went from not doing anything to reading even just one paragraph. That's huge progress. You can't set a big goal like read a book and expect yourself to do it. You have to break it up into small little tasks to build up your pain tolerance. You can go from I'll read one paragraph to I'll read one chapter, and you can go from I'll read one chapter to I'll read like three chapters, and you go from I'll read three chapters to I'll just read a book. Even if you don't read the book in one sitting, you can just tell yourself that the big goal you're gonna do is what you're gonna do, and you can start because you've built up that pain tolerance. If you want more, I offer coaching in the description.